What's happening, Hardscapers? Today we're going to get into the 5 reasons why pavers suck. Let's get into this. Now, if you don't know, I actually own and operate a small hardscape company in the Greater Toronto area, and we actually specialize in the design and install of pavers, retaining walls, outdoor living spaces. So obviously I'm a little bit biased when it comes to talking about why pavers suck. Or if you do follow my channel, you might be a little bit intrigued as to why I think pavers suck, considering this is all I talk about. But I do want to consider all angles here and talk about why others might think pavers are inferior, their reasons why, me trying to understand them. But getting into this, number 1 on my list here is that there are too many shapes. And certainly since the evolution of pavers, they have become more and more complex with their shapes. We've got rectangles, we've got squares, we've got triangles, we've got diamonds, we've got everything in between. So many different shapes to choose from, and this can get extremely complicated, especially when it comes to designing a space that we want to look modern, or we want it to be able to last the test of time, that it's not going to go out of style, it's not a fad. However, if we were just to pour concrete, it would just be that simple concrete look, that large format, and we don't have to take any type of consideration into the different shapes that we can get into with it. Pavers just offer too many possibilities, which leads me to point number 2, and that is that there are too many sizes. With just pouring concrete, it's just gonna be one size with those control joints, whatever we do with those. But with pavers, it's just too confusing. With so many shapes and so many sizes to choose from, it just gets too complicated in the amount of choices to get into with pavers and designing that space. The shapes, the sizes, what are we gonna do? And number 3, the colors. There's just too many things to choose from here. Shapes, sizes, colors. What is going to go well with our house brick? What's going to go well with our siding? How are we going to design this? What are we looking for? How do we know that these shapes, sizes, and colors are going to be in style for the coming years? Do we even care if they're in style, or are we just designing the space that works best for us? And then if it wasn't hard enough, number 4, textures. Now we've got shapes, sizes, colors, textures. There's just too many things to choose from, too many things to decide about in our design process. Let's just pour a concrete slab and be done with it. And with all that being said, there's just too many possibilities with pavers. If you're getting into it as being a hardscaper, the amount of things that you need to research in terms of the different possibilities of all the hardscape products to choose from. Because typically, if you are designing and selling a paver project, there's other things that go along with that. It could be something as simple as garden edging. It could be something more complex as to a retaining wall or seat wall or something. So you shouldn't just know about pavers, you need to know about retaining walls, you need to know about edging, you need to know about caps. There are so many products that you need to be knowledgeable about and be able to talk to your client about as an authority. So you do need to research these things, and you do need to understand what are the shapes to choose from, whether that is something more modern like triangles or large format rectangle slabs, and also the sizes. Do you want large format, small format, something in between? And the colors, are you trying to actually match the siding or the brick or contrast it, which I do recommend, because no matter what you try to do, if you choose a color to try to match your siding or your brick, you're going to be disappointed because it's not going to perfectly match. So instead, contrast it, look at it as a space outside of your house that is contrasting your house. And finally, the texture. What are you going to be comfortable stepping on? Is this a backyard pool space? Do you want something with a little bit more texture for a little bit more grip? Or are you looking for something that's very contemporary, very modern, smooth, large format like we talked about? This is what we're considering with all these different possibilities when it comes to choosing pavers. And that's why it is easier to go ahead and just pour a concrete slab. There are less options to choose from when it comes to pouring a concrete slab. Makes it a lot easier in the sales process as well as the customization design process. So pour a concrete slab, be done with it. And that brings us to number 5. Pavers are too convenient to fix. And this is more of a complaint maybe from a contractor, a business owner that maybe wants to be able to have a recurring customer over a period of time, because pavers, if something settles, they can be picked up, they can be leveled. However, if a concrete slab settles, it cracks, it breaks, it gets ugly, and then that whole slab needs to come up and be repoured, or the entire project needs to come up and be repoured if there's even more problems. Pavers, they just make our job too convenient to go ahead and fix certain areas that need fixing. That maybe does mean less recurring work, but it is definitely more valuable for our clients. So maybe this one doesn't quite fit in as to why pavers suck, but I had to throw that one in there. Now, in all honesty, I do get two pushbacks when it comes to actually selling and installing pavers when it comes to dealing with clients. Number one, the price is much more expensive, and number two, pavers tend to settle. Now, I'm going to address these in my own way and talk through them with you here. Number one, pricing. Yes, pavers are more expensive in the installation, the materials of the product to be able to give you your final project. There's a very good reason for this, and my biased opinion is that interlocking concrete pavement is the best pavement solution out there. Additionally, it's also the nicest system out there. Through the customization of your actual project with all the different shapes, sizes, textures, colors, whatever it is, with our pavers, we're able to give you what you are looking for with a little special touch to add to it. And you can do this with concrete as well. When it comes to stamping, that's going to increase the price and get it closer to what pavers are. But pavers bring the ultimate customization with that. Additionally, pavers are manufactured in a factory setting with controlled settings in order to give you the perfect product. That means the concrete is vibrated and compressed into molds to meet standards. It also means that this concrete is cured to meet quality standards as well. The problem with pouring concrete on a site is that it is subject to the environment or the weather conditions or the climate on that specific day, which will affect the concrete. Additionally, for the most part, it's not compacted, it's not vibrated into place, it's just poured and screeded out. So there's a good reason why pavers are priced the way they are, and especially with the labor involved in being able to pave that surface. And then number two, pavers settle. And this is not quite true. Pavers don't settle, the base settles. And when you see a concrete crack or you see asphalt crack and start to settle down, you don't get the same complaints because it's kind of expected of it. But when pavers settle, people tend to point their fingers at pavers and say they settled because it's pavers, it's interlock. But that's actually a benefit of it. Pavers settle if the base is not prepared properly, which is why you want to get a contractor or do it yourself properly in that base preparation. And we've got many videos on this channel going about how you can actually do that. But ultimately, it is a benefit to the interlocking concrete pavement that it settles, that it doesn't crack, that it doesn't become deformed because of that settling, that you can actually remedy that solution if need be and move on with the same product, the same pavers that you have on site there. If you agree with anything I said, if you disagree with anything I said, leave your comments in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. I'm sure I made an easy video for you to disagree on points that I talked about here with this. So definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section. And like this video if you found it helpful or entertaining or whatever, for whatever reason, please give this video a like. That really helps me with this channel. And you're gonna see a video recommendation pop up here. So if you enjoyed this video, that video you're going to enjoy even more. So while you're thinking about it, go ahead and click that video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more hardscaping content like this. Thank you so much for watching.